guys, welcome to my channel. Let's talk. Thanks for tuning in for this new video. So today let's talk about time. Um, so why does time move fast sometimes and slow others? Like when you at work, time feel like a lot of times, unless you like got really busy and a lot of times, and still sometimes you could be really busy and you could think that like 4 hours done pass and it really only be two. And other times you'll be really busy and you'll be like, huh, you ain't realized how much time passed and it's been 4 hours. And then other times you be ready to go and you only been at work for like 3 hours, but those 3 hours feel like 3 days. And it's like every time you watch the clock, it's like it feel like it's been 2 hours, but it's only really been 10 minutes. And then other times it's like zoom zoom, especially when you're trying to get stuff done. Cause like for me, when I get to work, it's always like, oh da da da, we got 12 hours, da da da. And so then, but once I start moving and stuff, um, if I'm lucky, I can get everything done, my initial stuff done by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. But when I'm unlucky, because everything's happening, I could still be going 11:30, 1, 12, 1 o'clock. Like I think my last night I worked Friday. I came in and it was a madhouse. So I didn't get to sit down and start charting until my first chart until like 1 o'clock. So when that happens, time is moving like super fast because it's like, okay, let me sit down for a second, let me start charting. I have multiple pages to chart on, and then I had to get up for different things in between all of that. It's not like you just get to sit down and you're done. No, people still gonna want stuff, need things, do things, all that stuff, and people might have issues that pop off that you gotta handle, call the doctor for. There's new orders and stuff you gotta do, stuff you gotta check, all that stuff. So, anywho, um, I was like, you know, trying to get my initial assessments in, and then once I did that, I still had to get my Q4s and Q2s in, and then do the care plans and the education, and then I still had to do restraints, charting on two of my patients that was on restraints. So, which is extra charting on top of that. Luckily, I didn't have to renew any because they didn't renew till the daytime, but still. So it was like 6 o'clock, and I was trying to finish up my last patient of charting because of all the stuff I was doing in between all of that. So that day went kind of fast because it was like couldn't catch up. But then on days where I'm able to finish early and I'm done by like 9:30, 10, that I get to start on my charting early. Um, if if the patients have like medicines and stuff since then, and then if we don't have texts, then that's more stuff we have to do too. So then time will pass. Um, but if everything is like going smoothly, then by like 1, 12 or 1, I'm pretty much like caught up on all the old stuff. But it's also too like time makes up its mind. Sometimes it's crawls before it gets to 12, but then like once it hits like 1 or 2, it like zooms. Especially once it gets to 4 and 5, because between 4 and 5, I'm doing uh different checks on my patients, making sure that they straight before 6 o'clock come, so that I can get my medicine done. Most patients always have 6 o'clock medicines, and then set myself up together for the when the day shift come for the report and all that. So like all that time always runs. Like once 2 o'clock hits, it's running. But I don't know. It just comes and goes. So then like when I did 8-hour jobs, I used to do daytime. It always seemed to crawl before it got to lunch. 12 o'clock took forever all the time. Then when I come back from lunch, one and 1 to 3 used to be the crawling time because you're suffering from the itis. And then once 3:30 hit, it was like, oh, only got an hour and a half left. Then I can get out of here. I used to be so envious of like the people that used to get off at 4. Like the some of the front desk people would get off at like 3:30, 4, and 4:30, so they'd be heading out while we still trucking along. But like also, I couldn't get up that early to come in because they had to come in early, like to get off that early. They be coming in for like 7 o'clock, sometimes a little before 7. So, and at that time, it was the bane of my existence to even make it to work for 8. Like, if I made it, if I made it to work for 7:30, meaning I had 30 minutes to kill before work, I was in business. I was doing something. So I definitely couldn't make it 7. There I was in the float pool. So a handful of times, the my manager would ask if I could would be able to go to this floor for 7 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of times I had to be like, "Can you make it 7:30 at least?" Because I can't promise you 7, and I ain't wanna never be like, "Yeah," and then don't make it, and then they won't get all a stick up their butt about it. So she'd be like, "Okay, yeah, I'll tell them you'll be there for 7:30," and then I'd be pushing myself to the max just to make sure I got there for 7:30. So things change now. I'm more amenable to getting up early for things. I just don't like it. But you know, it is what it is. So that's why I do night shift for my job, because for day shift, when you work 12-hour shifts, you gotta get up super early. Then when you get off, unless you're lucky enough to leave on time, you need to be asleep by like honestly by like 9, 10 at the latest. And that never happened for me. I always was like going to sleep like at the earliest 10:30, 11, just to have to get up early in the morning again. So I was like, for orientation I had to do it. I was like, I can't fight this battle forever. I'm gonna have to go to nights, because um it just wouldn't it just I wouldn't be doing myself a service to, especially with the way they want to watch times. So no. Anyways, um so y'all let me know in the comments about how y'all feel about the time at y'all when y'all work. Do time always seem to be slow? Do it always go fast? Is there different points of the day where it go fast for you or slow for you? Or is time just straightforward for you every time you go to work? Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.